Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everybody is doing good and staying safe out there. Today's video I'm going to be doing a review on some of the Frankie Rose Cosmetics line. I did pick up some of their items. Not everything that I wanted was in stock, so I had to improvise. But if you guys want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. First is first, let's make sure that you have clean hands. I just sprayed hand sanitizer in my hands because I was touching everything, you know, the equipment and stuff, setting up, so I don't want to get any more pimples or blemishes on my skin. So they were out of stock on the primer, so I didn't get to get that item, so I'm going to use one of the primers that I already have. I'm going to go in with the Catrice by Pores, or Goodbye Pores. It's a pore filler and it's very inexpensive, and I do love it because it does fill in my pores and it hides away all the oiliness. So I already have my eyebrows done because, again, they were out of stock on the eyebrow products or the color that I wanted, the shade. So I went ahead and just filled my brows in. I used that Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in soft brown, and then I just cleaned them up with some concealer. So I like to put this in my pores where they're big and I get oily. Do you see how like fast that mattified in me? Like really fast. And you just need a little bit, you don't need too much. It's like very silky too. I usually do like my primer to sit and marinate on my skin, so that way your foundation has a flawless finish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the eyes. So they pretty much, they have almost everything, but not exactly everything like for a full face. So I was going to use my NYX eyeshadow base, but maybe I'll use like concealer to like cover my eyes. They have this cute sleek packaging. It's all black like this, and this one is a 5-shade eyeshadow palette. And the shades that I got, because they have different ones, eyeshadow palettes, this one is called Down to Earth. You just open it up. This is kind of more like on the berry side and like some transition colors. So I really do like these shades. I like these colors. Like I said, they have other eyeshadow palettes, different shades, but this one caught my attention. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids. Concealer that I picked up, it's just like normal packaging. The shade that I got is in the shade Ginger. It looks like it's a little bit light, but they have like a picker on there, like if you get this foundation, this would be your concealer shade. And it's like any other concealer. It has like the doe foot applicator. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my eyelids. Normally I don't like using concealer to do my eyes because I feel like it creases, but I'm going to go ahead and just do it today. I was going to use my NYX eyeshadow base, but we'll just do this. And then I'm just going to get my e.l.f. sponge and blend out my concealer. And if you guys hear my kids in the background, that's them. It's like they know when I'm going to film. It's like they get a little bit louder. So don't mind that. And it blends like very easily. It wasn't like hard at all to blend out. And the shade doesn't look like it's too light or too dark. It's just like perfect. I am going to set it a little bit. They didn't have like any loose powder. They have a powder, but I think it's a powder foundation. So what I have with me here is just like it's a Chanel setting powder. You guys don't need this. This is like too expensive, and it works. Any other powder works just as well. It's just what I use my mirror, because the mirror that I have is like so small, so I stack it on this, on the Chanel, because it's like the perfect size to like hold it up right to my height where I want it. I had a longer mirror, but it broke, so this is the one that I have. So I really need to invest in a longer one, but I just put a little bit on my eyes. That way the concealer doesn't crease, because I feel like concealers usually crease when you don't set it. If you use an eyeshadow base like this NYX one here, if you use this to cover your eyes to set, If you use this to prime your eyelids, you don't need to set this like with any kind of powder because it's made for that, I feel like, and it doesn't usually crease on me. So with the concealers, I do usually get creases. So let's just get into the eyeshadow. I don't think that okay, so it does have names on it. Okay, the back has like all the names. The back has like all the names of the shades. Okay, so it's pretty cool. So there's only one matte in here and the rest are all shimmers. So I'm gonna take, this one is called Sparkle. Well, I would assume they're in order, but I'm assuming this one is Java because the way it is like Java is this one here, but then Sparkle, but I don't think that's Sparkle. I want to say this is Java. I think it's backwards on the back, but we're gonna take that. And I'm going to take my Wayne Goss 18 brush and I'm just going to pop that a little bit in the crease. Scoot you guys up a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to pop that in the crease. And right off the bat, you guys can see that it's very pigmented. First, what I like to do is I like to pack it on before I actually blend. So I'm just going to pack it on first. That's pretty nice. It does have pretty full coverage, not too much fallout. So I'm just adding a little bit more. And once you get your desired amount of color that you want, you can go ahead and start blending it out. Usually I feel like these type of shades color, they are hard to blend out and they get a little chalky. But this one is blending out pretty good, except on the corner right there. Do you guys see that bald spot? So it did get a little bit chalky there. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more. Just pack it on. And just blend. You see that? That bald spot doesn't blend. Yeah, these shades usually are. They're a little bit harder to blend. I feel like I haven't found any eyeshadow yet with this shade that doesn't do this. So I just went ahead and added a little bit more. It's kind of sucky that there's only one matte shade. I thought when I looked at the palette that there was more than one, but I guess I didn't read it right. So it's still, you guys can see right in that spot, I can't get it. It's like a little bald spot, so we'll just have to make it work. I'm gonna go in with my matte 217 brush and then just try to blend it out a little bit more here. Oh my god, I feel like I made it worse. Okay. So I'm just gonna add a different shade on my eyelids. I feel like this look is not gonna be too dramatic. I thought it would be a little bit smoky, but I don't really like that Java shade because it's like a blotchy look on my eyes. So I think I want to go in, I don't know if I want to do kind of like bronzy or maybe I'll do like the bronzy color. So this shade, I'm going to go in with this shade here. Going with that shade there. This one is called Rust. So it's like a brownie, bronzy color. That's very pretty. So I'm just going to get my Wet n Wild, take my Wet n Wild flat brush. It has like glue from the eyelash, but it's nice and flat and dense. So I'm going to pick up that shade and just put it on my eyelid here. I'll probably just do half of my eye and then I'll add like a different shade. We'll see how it turns out. Let's spray a little bit of setting spray. I'm using the Kylie Jenner makeup setting spray just so we can get a little bit more of intense colors. See if we can make it sparkly more. And then I'm going to pick up that Java shade again, and I'm going to take my wing gloss brush again, the number 18, just a little bit, and then just kind of pack it on right here in the outer corner, so we can make kind of like a smoky effect. And we're just going like this. Try to make it work. Yeah, this color is no good, you guys. Doesn't blend. And Wayne Goss, these brushes are really good for blending. Like, really good. And I feel like that's as good as we're gonna get. And usually what I like to do is when I go in with my concealer, I like to clean it up so the line like makes it crisp. I'm just gonna add a little bit more of that shade on my eyelid. Just pack it on. And then what I like to do is I like to kind of make a line there. It's nice and pretty. That shade on my eyelid's nice. But this Java shade, I can get it to blend out. It's like very hard to blend. So I went ahead and finished the other eye. I put on some eyelashes. I put the Kiss 01. Those are my favorite lashes because they're like wispy, kind of natural looking, but cute. And then on my brow bone, I don't know if you can see it a little bit, but I went ahead and added the shade Sparkle, which is this one right here. Just on my brow bone. I might put it on the inner corner of my eye when I complete the rest of my face. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with the foundation. So I've used this foundation already before. I have like a full in-depth first impression review on the foundation. I'll link it down below if you guys want to watch it. But this is the foundation right here. It comes with a pump. It has like a nice glass bottle. But if not, I'll just show you guys a little bit like when I put it on. I really love this foundation. As long as they haven't like changed your formula, it's the same. I loved it, but I just like to always try new foundations. I always, like, if I super love it, like I will repurchase it again. Like I've been wanting to repurchase it, but you know how there is, you know, you guys know how it is, like all these new foundations that always come out. The shade that I picked up is Oatmeal Blend. So we're just going to shake it up a little bit, and then I'm going to put like 2 pumps in the back of my hand. So it's a little runny, but nothing too crazy. And it is a matte foundation, if you guys are wondering. But it doesn't leave you like cakey, you know, like super matte, dry, cakey. It gives you a really nice finish. So I'm going to take my e.l.f. sponge and just pick out the product on the back of my hand, and then I'll just blend it out. Okay, you guys see how it leaves your skin? It doesn't look like it's cakey, but it gives you like that finish. Like, see how that natural glow, just gorgeous. And it covered my blemishes up. I used like 2 pumps, and it just leaves your skin good. This is the only item that I ever tried from Frankie Rose Cosmetics, was just their foundation. I haven't tried any of the other stuff like powder, concealer, any of that stuff. I haven't tried. Their foundation is like really good, you guys. I love it. So this is the finish that it gives you. It's just nice and natural looking. So we're going to go ahead and go in with the concealer. So like I told you guys before, the shade that I'm using is the shade Ginger. And I'm just going to put it under my eyes and just highlight a little bit. I'm going to take it like right here on my forehead and then on my chin. So it says it's a creamy, luxurious concealer that hides imperfections for a softer, smoother complexion. It blurs the lines of fine lines, dark circles, and any signs of fatigue. It blends naturally. Stays in place for all day for full natural looking coverage. So it does claim to be a full coverage concealer, but also it says natural looking. So let's go ahead and see, because I haven't tried it. It is blending out very easily, and you can tell it is like full coverage. Now, what I was telling you guys with the eyeshadow trick, I like to, like, when I do the concealer, I like to just go like this. So just so I can make like a crisp line. I do have like the e.l.f. Kind of tape, but I always forget to grab it if you want that sharp looking like eyeshadow look, but that's another trick that you can do too. So it blends very easy, and as you can tell, it is full coverage. But I will definitely let you guys know, like, because I have like lines in my eyes right here, under my eyes, and depending on the concealer, sometimes they like to settle in my lines and they crease really bad. So we'll find out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my eyes with their contour palette. Their contour palette is so cute. Look at that. And I think, I want to say they have another one, or I want to say, or this is the only one. But it's just cute packaging, you see that? And it even comes with a card, like it tells you how to contour and do all that. And it even has like a little mirror on here. It's like so cute. And here are the shades. I really like that one. If you guys know me, I like to put yellow under my eyes, and then it has like the bronzing and contour shades. So, and it even has like a highlight. This one right here it has like shimmer in it. So let me swatch it. Like it's not, it has like sheen to it, I guess. I don't really like sheen under my eyes. I like it to look more matte. So I'm going to take my Sigma tapered highlighting brush, and I'm going to take that yellow shade, and I believe it has names. Yes, it's called Mellow Yellow. Yeah, so see, the names on the back are like the opposite, because the yellow is like on this side, and it has the names over here. So Mellow Yellow, and I'm going to take that and set under my eyes. Very pigmented. Very nice, I like that. Yeah, it looks very good. Yeah, can you guys tell like the difference? The shade, this one from the other eye. And I kind of like to take it up like this, guys. You see? That way it's like highlighted and it kind of lifts my eyes up. And I love this Sigma brush because it's like precise, and you see I can get right in there. And just bring it down a little bit here. And it's nothing like overpowering too yellow, I feel like. It gives you a nice highlighted look. So I'm going to go ahead and set my face. I'm going to use their foundation powder. This one is in the shade Tan. And also, you guys, when you guys go on there, it gives you guys like, if you get the foundation, and they have like this little chart, well, it will match you like to all like the concealer, everything. Like it matches you to the right shade. I don't think it opens. Oh yeah, it does. Okay. So it has like a little mirror, and then it comes with these sponges, but I really don't like to use those. So I'm going to take my MAC fluffy brush. This one, I don't know the number, it's faded, but it's nice and fluffy. And I'm just going to set my face. Okay, it gives you like a nice coverage. And what I'm going to do, because I feel like when I put the powder on, it brought the yellow out a little bit. I don't want it to be too yellow. So I'm going to use the shade Doll Face, which is this one there. It's just like a lighter vanilla color. I'm just going to put a little bit under my eyes. I'm going to take my Sigma brush again. That way I can neutralize the yellow, because I feel like with the powder, it kind of just brought out the yellow. I feel like if you get a translucent powder, it doesn't do that, but powder looks very nice on the skin. Very natural. Okay. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to contour. I'm going to take my Kat Von D brush. This one is a shade Light. So it has like a tapered one, and then it has like a, this one. I can't even think right now, guys. But you know, this one to contour. And I think I want to go in with a darker shade. I might go in with Heated, which is this one right here, to contour a little bit, and then this one to do a little bronze. Let's see. So I'm using Heated first, and I'm gonna take it on here. Remove my pelos. And what I like to do, I like to make like a droopy face. And just get that line where your bone's at. Or a fishy face. And just put it right here. See? That way you know where your bone's at. And I feel like that's like didn't do anything because it's like so light, but let's try it out. Give me a little color, but nothing too much. So I'm gonna go in with that darker shade, which is let's see, Tempting. It's called Tempting. I don't want to get too much. It looks like a warmer bronzing shade. And then what I like to do to blend it out, I like to get this side of the brush and just slightly go like this. That way we don't have just like a harsh line. I'm gonna just get my Sigma taper brush, and then with the product I already have on there, I'm just gonna go back. Because I feel like when you do contour or bronze your face, it kind of takes over. So we're just gonna go like this. Okay, so I can already tell with the concealer, you guys, that it's already creasing. So let me scooch you guys in. Can you guys see those lines? Usually the concealers that I normally use, it takes a while for it to do that. So it like really got in there. Do you guys see how it just really, and we even set it. So I don't know about that, because I really don't like that. Because normally concealers takes a while for them to do that, like a couple hours, and this one it hasn't even been. And it's already in my ojos and my lines, and I don't like that. So, okay. That's why we're doing a first impression to see if I like them. So then I'm going to go in with the blush. I don't believe that they had any blush online. I didn't see any blush. So I'm just going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury blush. This one's a very nice shade. This one is Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop Blusher. And this one is in the shade The Climax. So I'm just going to take my NARS brush. You guys don't need this brush. I bought it like a long time ago when it was popular or whatever. I like it because it's small and you can just get it like on your cheeks right here. It's a nice pretty shade. And what I like to do if the blush is too intense, I just like to go with my fluffy brush and just blend it out. And they didn't have like any highlights. I feel like this one in the shade is just too light for me because it has like a sheen to it. I would have used it as a highlight, but it's just like, it's like too light. So I don't want it to like powdery like on top of my cheekbones. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my I'm gonna go ahead and use my Bobbi Brown Bronze Glow highlight. This is a nice pretty bronzy highlight. And then I'm gonna take the same Sigma brush and I'm just gonna tap it in there, just put it on my cheekbones. Top of my cheekbones. And if you do go overboard with the highlight, you can go in again with your fluffy brush and then just blend it out so it's like all blended in with your blush. And then I'm gonna finish the eyes. Even though I didn't really like the eyeshadow palette, you guys, I feel like the shimmery shades, well, I feel like the shimmery shade that I used is really nice, but that matte one is like a no. You guys seen how patchy it was. So I'm not even gonna take that shade. I'm gonna take the same shade that I used for my eyelids in the color Rust. And I'm just going to take a pencil brush. This is the MAC 219 mini brush. And just kind of put it right here. I'm not going to go all the way in. I'm just going to go halfway, like where my eyeball is. And like stop. And the eyeliner that I'm using in my eyes is from Esqido. It's their new gel liners that they came out with. They're very pigmented. And they stay on your ojos. And then what I'm going to do with the same pencil brush, I'm just going to wipe it off. And I'm going to take that shade in Sparkle, which is this one right here. And then I'm just going to pick up a little bit and just put it on the inner corners of my eyes so we can get a little bit of a highlight. Like, it's not that intense. Can you guys see? I'm disappointed in this palette. I really had high hopes because I do really love their foundation. Their foundation is the bomb. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of mascara. It's just my normal, you guys know my favorite, L'Oreal Telescopic. And then lastly, I'm going to do my lips. They did give me a free lip liner. I think if you bought like a certain amount of money, they give you like a free lip liner. So here is their lip liner. It's just like normal cute packaging. The shade that I picked, because they let you pick shades. This one is in Bella Rose, number 104. So it's like a kind of like a pinky kind of shade. Let's see. Oh yeah, like a, I don't know. It's a nice, pretty pinky, nudie shade a little bit. So hopefully I picked the right lipstick because they didn't have any. I don't know if they had lipsticks. If they have lipsticks, let's look because I didn't see any. Like I said though, a lot of stuff was like not in stock. So, oh, they do. Okay, I didn't even see that. So they do have lipsticks and lip glosses and a matte liquid lipstick. Oh, okay. So I didn't see that, but a lot of the stuff was out of stock. And I do like to overline my lips just a little bit. That way it makes it look like I have like fuller lips. I know my lips are a little bit full, but you know. You see that trick that I'm doing? So basically you're contouring your lips to make the illusion of bigger lips. It does not match with the eye look at all, but we're gonna make it work. So since I didn't pick up a lipstick, I'm gonna go in with my Patrick Ta Silky Lip Cream, and this one is in the shade She's Independent. This is a nice, pretty nude color, like brownie nude color. So hopefully it matches. So it doesn't really match the eyes too much, but we're gonna make it work. And last what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my face and I'm going to take my Kylie Jenner setting spray. This one smells really good, you guys, and it makes your makeup last all day. Okay, you guys, so this is the completed look. I really did enjoy using some of their products. Just want to go over a little bit the stuff that I really didn't like. The foundation, you guys already know. I love that foundation. It still works just as great. The coverage, everything is still good. The concealer, not too much because if you guys can tell, like it did a crease under my eyes. I don't know if I let it sit there too long or because you know how some concealers you have to like blend them out right away. So I don't know if I let it sit there too long and it just creased in my eyes. But it looks like the eyeshadow and stuff is kind of covering it, but I can still see it. The eyeshadow palette was like a no-go, just that matte shade. The shimmery shade is really nice. The one shimmery shade that I tried, the sparkle one, didn't have too much pigment. I mean, I can't like everything, I guess. So, yeah, so that was like maybe like a 2 for me out of 10. The powder foundation, I really did like it. It gave me like a nice coverage. Nothing like too cakey or anything. It did turn out really nice. I really did enjoy that. The contour palette was also really nice. I did like the shade. I feel like only one contour shade will, like the bronzing shade, will work for me, the darker one, because the lighter one I didn't really see on my skin tone. But the highlight shades, the banana shade and the vanilla color, did work really nice. It is very pigmented. The lip liner is very creamy, even though the shade that I picked is too pinky for this look. But it was very creamy. It was easy to blend out, as you guys can tell. But yeah, those are my final thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like this look? Do you guys like how the foundation came out? Let me know your guys' thoughts. As always, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.